We are live! Korbelz back here with you for some more open source Warlords mission editing. And tonight I feel the need for speed. We are going to be working on aircraft stuff all night tonight. So here I have my Mavericks to-do list. And a big thing we're gonna try to get done tonight. A few things. We're gonna set the planes to start in the air because currently in Maverick they start on the ground. Every zone in the map is an airfield, but they start on the ground, so it's kind of lame. We're gonna get them starting in the air, so when you buy a jet, it just teleports you up into the pilot seat. Hopefully, I've never tried to do this before, so it'll be something completely new. We're going to reduce the cost of aircraft and helicopters. We're going to reduce the fast travel cost. And if possible, we're going to try to test out is carrier faults. But I don't... This is a hunch I have on how I can make the dynamic airport system work a little bit better. Well, work for AI aircraft that are not tailhook enabled. I'm gonna try to do it during script. The wiki reads like you have to do it during the in the config, but I'm just gonna try to do it via script. So yeah, let's get started. So about VS Code, open up GitHub desktop. And we're gonna find Maverick. And VS Code, we're gonna go open folder and scroll down to Maverick. Maverick Altus. And we're gonna be using the same patch notes from last time since it's not really enough to justify a full patch. Okay, let's get Steam going. So the music, if you guys don't know, this is a licensed music from Chill Hop, but I use their live stream, so I haven't built a proper playlist on this site yet. So like right now, you're hearing some very, very like jazzy saxophone music. It's not my intention to have that kind of music playing, but until I go through and build a actual proper playlist. Mostly just a time thing. I don't have time to sit there and listen to thousands of songs and find ones that are good for a playlist. Oh, Final Fantasy's on sale? Ooh. Someone was just telling me about the Final Fantasy VII Remake about a week ago at work. I was like, oh, dude. I want. Final Fantasy VII was so good back in the day. Oh, the remake is 50% off? Huh. It's actually a really good deal. So I've played through Final Fantasy. I played through 1 through 5. And I played a little bit of 6. And because as a kid, like, the first Final Fantasy I ever played was Final Fantasy VII. Really, I mean, I went to my friend's house a little bit and played 6. Kind of what got me into Final Fantasy, but I only played like maybe an hour or two. 7 was the first one I really played. But then I went back later on when they did all the remasters, like on PlayStation or PS2 or whatever, and played through all the original ones. Yeah, that kind of lost me though in like Final Fantasy VIII. I think that's where I dropped off just because I don't know, like something about the art style, like the new art style they went with 8 and all the modern ones. Kind of just bounced off me a little bit. I would love to make a little turn-based RPG in Reforger. That'd be a lot of fun, especially on my project list. Try out some retro games. I made a little text-based RPG in C#, but I mean it was super simple. It was like you had two enemies and they would roll dice and they had HP and like whatever the dice roll was, it would subtract that much HP and they would go back and forth. And it was like a really, really, really simple text-based. Like had no art or anything. It was just numbers on the screen. Okay, let's go back. All right, so first thing we need to do, fast travel. Let's do this, fast travel. Fast travel. It's been so long since I've worked on these older Redux missions. Okay, fast travel cost tested. Okay, we're gonna drop this down to 25. Save that. Reduce fast travel costs by 50%. Oops, save that. We'll do a quick test to make sure I didn't break anything. So yeah, as you can see here, all the sectors have helipads and they're all marked as airports. Pretty fun.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Okay, now we're gonna fast travel and we're looking for a fast travel cost of... Oh, there's no sector yet.
Sector selected. Select destination.
Didn't even see what the cost was. Okay. 25 CP, okay, cool.
Destination. Destination selected.
Go get myself killed here real quick. Oh yeah, there's not very much AI. This one I do massively like tone back the AI in these missions. This one in particular just to make it easier because airplanes are the primary way you kill people in this one, so I didn't want to have a bunch of AA dudes. These diver guys can't actually shoot back at me. But his buddies can. Ooh, hit him on the move. Where's his pals at? Oh, I feel death. Death is coming for me. Is that okay? Oh. behind me or something? Yeah, I actually need to hurry up and die here. I actually have a little bit too much fun just poking around the AI. Interesting how much different the shooting feels in this game versus Reforger. Like, you're fighting in the Reforger, like, I guess it's more realistic, I suppose. Like, 9% of the time, I literally have no idea if I got kills. Like, I was playing a experimental playtest a week or so ago. I ended up, I think, with 15 kills around. I was like, when the heck did I get 15 kills? Like, I vaguely remember shooting at people, but... Oh.
Select sector.
I don't think I've ever actually been able to take off with this thing from one of the non-airport sectors. Actually try to make an honest attempt here at takeoff. Rotate speed here. Okay, let's stay low for a little bit. Nope. No big deal. Ooh. I could land on that road. Oh, I need to test something real quick. I need to see how the friendly fire is set up on this one, or the zone restriction. Ah, sweet. Okay, I removed the zone restrictions for flying. Nice. Okay, so let's actually set a little here. Right, that was not my intention. No! Okay, let's stop screwing around, get back to working. Tell you what we're also going to do, we're going to reduce that respawn time. So I want this to be like a very, very arcadey, like, fun type game mode. I was just looking back at the stream replay. I just watched myself die. Okay, so we need to push that commit up to GitHub. Use cost. Reduced. Cost of fast travel by 50%. Boom. Right, so let's go back here and let's go find our respawn time. Respawn delay at 20. We're gonna drop that down to 10. Data patch notes. Respawn time reduce by 50%. Let's jump into game real fast and test it. Oh. We'll play upboard this time, and I just need to get a sector. I'm gonna run over there and get myself killed. Oh, that's awkward. We'll do Molos Airfield. That'll be a fun one.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector. Sector selected. Select destination. Destination selected.
Oh, I should probably update that. That welcome screen is wrong about this CP system. I think that was the old way I had it written. Tell you what, while we're thinking about it, let's add that to the to-do list right now. So we reduce cost of fast travel, update welcome screen. Main CP item. I don't know why I'm taking cover. I'm literally trying to die here. There we go. Nice, I got a kill. They got me. Cool. And the respawn timer is correct. So we can exit out of this, push this up to get up. Okay, that was not on our list to do, but respawn time by 50%. Go, we're making progress. Yeah, I tell you what, let's do the welcome screen right now since we're thinking about it. Welcome. I don't even remember if there's a team balancing system in Maverick. Could probably just get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Line 3. And let's go update the patch notes, and then we'll go test it in game. Updated, welcome. These are the nights I love. Like, you feel like like, even though we're not doing technical work, but it's like, yeah, I've been meaning to do this, and I just kind of never got around to it. Like, it's a very good feeling, just knocking stuff off a to-do list. Wow.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector. Sector selected.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. It is updated correct. I should update that little top line though too, right? Let's do that. To Warlords Maverick. And I at some point I have to go through and localize all this. Maverick. Alright, let's double check that change real quick. Probably like being overly anal about testing all these little changes, but it's way better to test it and recognize that you have a semicolon missing somewhere. Oh, something new. Sorrows.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
You know what? So some players on EU11 were complaining that some people load faster than others and they don't get to participate in the very first vote. I wonder if I could add a delay to that. Wasn't something I'd planned on working tonight, but tell you what, since we're thinking about it, we're gonna add that to our to-do list for Warlords 2. Add delay to voting start. Okay, cool. We're gonna good. I'll push this up to GitHub. Updated. Welcome screen. To main. And push. Go. What's next on our list? Maverick. Reduce the cost of helis. Okay, so that's going to be the requisition file. Okay, so let's go find aircraft. So I think we're just going to do a straight 50% cut across the board here, so. We're not worried about, on this mission, we're not worried about balance or anything. It's literally just here to have fun and goof around with airplanes. The 225? Yeah. 50, we'll just call that 300. Black Wasp. Call that 400. 400. Actually, let's make all this 350. The UAV is at 500 each. Just because I don't know how OP or not OP these things are. I mean, I'm not really trying to balance it, but at the same time, I'm okay, 75. 100. 5. 125, and we'll make all these 350. Oh, Blackfish vehicle, make that 75. Save that. Let's update the patch notes. Reduced cost of helis and jets by 50%. Example, Shikra now costs 350 CP. Okay, let's jump in the game and make sure we didn't make any mistakes.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
There we go. Yep.
Sector selected. Select sector.
See if I can take off on a grip in here. Oh, that's cool. They even have the ladder. Notice that. I was doing an air show in Sweden back in the day, back with the Gripen C, when they had that out there. And where the air show was, it was a Flugenfesten or something, where they had this big like concert, like art show, car show, air show, all at this little tiny airfield. So even a C-130s, we couldn't even get into this airfield, it was so small. So all like the major performers, we were at this other airfield that was like an hour away by car, including the Gripens. And mind you, we were flying a C-130J, which was probably maybe a month, 2 months old, right off the factory floor. At the time was, in fact, probably still is the most like advanced like tactical transporter in the world as far as avionics and stuff go. But they had a conscript guarding their Gripen, and he would not let us near that airplane, dude. We felt so bad. We were like, dude, you want to come over and look at our plane? You know, we have these like pretty incredible avionics on the C-130J. He was like, yeah, sure. So we like let him come over and play around with all our stuff. But then we were like, okay, hey, can we go take a look at the Gripen? He was like, no. We were like, oh my god, dude, come on, dude. Like, that little guy was doing his job so good. The guy was only like 18 or 19 years old too, man. But somebody told him, no, you can't let anybody look inside this airplane. Come on, dude. It's like... So that's my Gripen story from real life. So I actually want to test to see what altitude I set the flaps down. Good. Yeah, I just oversped the living bejesus out of my gear and my flaps, but that's fine. I don't think that's a thing in Arma. I have no idea what my approach speed on this airplane is, but cheat here and use the ghost flight path marker. Oh wait, if you guys didn't know, real HUDs in real life had this little airport marker too. We had those on the J model C-130. I remember the first time I flew it on like a major exercise, we were literally like 30 miles out above a cloud deck. And the pilot's called airfield inside. I was like, bullshit, motherfuckers. You can't see that airfield. They're like, you want to bet? It was this little dirt field, and sure enough, like I go like peek over their shoulder through the HUD. Okay, it's really low. Like I had to basically be on the ground in order to get the depth limit. Cool. And yeah, I peeked over the shoulder, looked through the HUD, and sure enough, they really did have the airfield in sight, like 20 miles above a cloud deck. 20 miles away above a cloud deck. We were still above like 20,000 feet because we were doing a like tactical approach in there. But pretty much as soon as we dumped the nose over, we could see the airfield. I was like, that's amazing, dude. Imagine being on final when you're at like 24,000 feet. Just plummeting out of the sky. It's kind of OP, to be honest. OP. Until I flew the C-27 A model, and that completely like changed my dynamic of what random, we call them random steeps approach, where you just come down as fast as you can, like directly towards the runway. And this C-27 could do, we could sustain like 3,000 VVI, which is about 1,000 feet drop for every mile like forward movement. And compare that to a normal glide slope where you drop, I don't know, what is it? A 3-degree glide slope is about 300 feet per nautical mile or something. So it's just absolutely ridiculous. Completely, utterly ridiculous. We were doing approach in one of those, and it was the very first time we were at Patrick Air Force Base. It's the first time the controller had to deal with us. We're like, we're on 5-mile final, and the controller's like, I do not have you in sight. Confirm you're lined up, on runway. What was it? Probably 20, runway 20 over there, Patrick, heading south. And we're like, look up. He was like, confirm you're on approach. We're like, yep, we're gonna make it. It was absolutely hilarious. He had no faith that we were gonna drop, and sure enough, we did it. Because what you can do on the C-27, it has spoilers, and you can actually put the props into beta, which is basically the ground range. And as soon as you do that, they're no longer like propelling you forward. They're just like these giant air brakes. And we had spoilers. So we could just dump the lift off our wings and just 30 degrees nose down and actually maintain our airspeed. Absolutely nuts. Reduce the cost of helis and jets by 50%. Alright, we updated the welcome screen. So next up, planes start in the air. This will be fun, because I've never done this. In fact, I'm going to go take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll see if we can get started on this. And I have literally no idea what I even need to do to make this happen, but we're gonna figure something out. So I'll be right back. See you then. Okay, we're back. So first thing we need to do, let's close out a bunch of these files that we have open up that we're editing. So we need to find the spawn aircraft process client request. Okay, here we go. So here is if class name is kind of error. Okay. So this is the airplane spawning logic. And this is the actual airplane spawn code right here. Create vehicle. And then I do all my mumbo jumbo to it. Okay, so this is the line that we need to change right here. On 116 process client request. Okay. So we're gonna open up folder. We're gonna go find owl, Altus. And we're gonna search error. Find something here. Oh, I think I see. I think we're getting really close here. So I think fly may be a better. So let's search fly. Okay, player move and driver, create vehicle, class, position. Okay, cha-ching. This is what we need. What in the world? Why is this in multiple places here? Okay, this I think is the code that we want. Right here. So let's go back to Maverick. And what we need to do is Okay, so we need to last name. And we're going to spawn it directly above the player. Right. So I don't actually need this line of code. Do need all this other stuff, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the vehicle as asset. Then we're going to what we're going to do is player remove and driver assets. Move soldier into the vehicle driver position immediately animation. Right. I should probably rename the actual Warlords person. Sender. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna change this from player to sender. Sender. Okay. Oh, dude, I'm excited about this. Let's try this. Aircraft, fixed wing, aircraft, now spawn in the air. And pilot. Player as pilot. Okay, we're probably being a little bit optimistic about what we're going to accomplish here, but maybe, who knows, maybe we... But knowing SQF literally never does what I want it to do, so... Like, you know, you think that would be so easy to accomplish. Hey, we got something different that time. We got Georgino's space.
Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Dun, 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 dun.
Sector selected.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Select sector.
Oh, buddy! Haha! 8 It worked! I can't believe this. It worked. This is awesome! Yeah! Okay, we're gonna do... Let's see how low we can get here on the low pass. I didn't figure out what I set the, Oh, it's a lot of AI. I'm pretty low. Oh, he shoot a missile while I'm at the ground? That's a first. Okay, let's test this out a couple more times. This is awesome. Let's do a secret this time.
Select sector.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I may need to increase like the altitude a little bit. Because I could see on a server that lagging and you just dying. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the z-axis. So I used this when there was a bug with the helicopter system. I did this vector add. I set this to like 2000. And what I basically was doing was shooting the helicopters up in orbit. But this 200, it sounds like a lot, but it's actually going to be incredibly, it's just going to give us a little bit of a altitude boost. It more or less would be enough to compensate for maybe a little bit of lag if someone was...
Warlords protocol initialized.
Not on the speediest of PCs, or if the server was just slow.
Select sector.
Oh, did I mention these missions have random start times?
Sector selected.
That is actually super rare to get. In fact, it's going to be daytime in about an hour. Or better yet, a couple minutes. Aircraft. What do we feel like flying? We'll do Caesar. This is a pimp little plane.
Select sector.
Oh, you know what we should test out? So we removed the direction thing. So let's crash this real quick. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it set asset direction like sender. I'm going to try to re-enable that. So players can, more advanced players can be like, okay, I can face this way and this is the way I want to like go face the enemy kind of thing. I figure out where direction is defined. Or I could make it random 360. Private direction. Yeah, let's do that. Random 60. And asset set direction, so it's just gonna pick a random. Let's I'm Googling right now. I could just see how bad this could possibly end up. So, get direction of player. Get direction. Okay, get direction player, dude. Let's do that instead. Okay, so now what this line of code should do is... Sorry. I'm just picturing planes flying off 360 degrees, all different directions. Okay, so now what it should do is set direction to get direction sender, and then sender should be set to... Asset should be set to this. So whatever direction I'm pointing is the direction that airplane should be facing when it... when it goes Maverick.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Alright, so we're gonna face out towards the ocean over here, since we're at Negados. And I'm gonna spawn myself a little...
Select sector. Sector selected.
That's unfortunate. Right? So I probably have to set the asset direction maybe before I spawn it, or I could jump inside. Let's try reordering that initialization, see if we can do that again. I'll spawn it, change its direction, and then put me inside of it. Okay, so what we did right there, we changed the... So we're going to change the asset direction. Before we jump inside of it. Hopefully that works. Because in theory what was happening there, the default position is a 0 when an object spawns. So if it was actually running in perfect order there, what it would have done is it spawned the vehicle, it put me in as a pilot, and then it went to set the direction of the aircraft. But I was already in the aircraft. and I was already facing 0 degrees because the default position of the aircraft was 0 degrees. So when it got to the line where it said set position player, it was like, nope, you're facing north. It's already facing north. You're going north. So that is potentially what happened right there. And by reordering them, maybe we fix that.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Okay, we're facing 0180 aircraft.
Select sector.
Nope. Interesting. Oh well. I am not, like, this is not a feature I'm, like, gonna die on a hill for. Kind of wondering, theory this should be working, but oh, I wonder if this is overriding it. No, there's no way. Let's test this. This is kind of a shot in the dark, but let's give it a go. This would be the last spawn test we do. We're just going to run with it. It's definitely not the end of the world if they spawn facing north. Ooh, Emma Lofi.
Warlords protocol
My
initialized.
favorite place in the entire world.
Voting for the next sector.
Mostly because I actually got it working.
Select sector.
What direction am I facing? Okay, I want to be facing 00.
Sector selected. Select
Ah, that was it. Haha, look at us. Nice. Okay, we I have no words right now. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what's happening here, but
select sector.
This is, yeah. I think it may be getting the position to me, not yeah. I could fix this. Change this to 100. Change this to 400. This does not solve the problem at all. It does not even come close, but it is going to be hilarious. You're going to start at a 0 degrees nose down. Or should say 90 degrees nose down.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector. Select sector. Sector selected.
Okay, we're gonna we're gonna have to remove this. Oh man. Not getting a create vehicle super fast. So if I get rid of this check right here, boom. Let's see what happens. Change that back to 200. We want to have flying airspeed. So this should default back to 0 degrees heading. You know, it's funny, we had a perfectly workable system when we started, then we started messing around with it, we've completely broke it. This is so typical of what I do. But I'm learning a lot of the process. That's probably the most important thing, is that I'm learning.
Select sector. Select sector.
Yep, that was the thing.
Sector selected.
Yeah, let's make like a serious, honest attempt to land this thing somewhere. It doesn't have a HUD, so I'm not going to have a flight path marker. It's unfortunate. Where would I land this? Right there. Okay. That's going to be my touchdown spot. This is going to be my super ghetto approach. Okay, if I turn around now, I should be able to grab a base. There is an aircraft carrier out there. What? Yeah, overshot final pretty bad here. Making a hard correction. So I have a ghost flight path marker on my MFD there. I just got to at least it looks like it's supposed to be a ghost flight. I'm having my doubts right now whether that thing's actually a okay, we're gonna side slip here a little bit. Nope. I've been sitting at 0 power this entire time on approach here. Yeah, we're down to about 144. I'm finally losing some altitude here. And we got rising terrain and trees, and that's going to be it for us. Cool. So we didn't get the ideal solution there, but we have a workable solution, which is fine with me. This is not something I was trying to get super hardcore about. So we already updated GitHub. Yes, we did. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab a new drink. We're gonna come back. We're gonna set the carriers that are on this map to as carrier faults. Then we're gonna do a bunch of restarts, try to get a zone right next to the carrier, and we're gonna try to do approaches at the carrier with the autopilot. So this is a really long shot, but it'll be the last thing we try tonight. So we've had some really good patch notes tonight. This is gonna be great for Maverick, and I'll be right back in just a few minutes. Okay, we're back and we're gonna give this a shot. So first thing I need to do is some Googling. Arma 3 is care. Yep, dynamic airport configuration.
Aircraft you want to take off and land with the waypoints you're going to add. Make sure you know the direction of the aircraft taxi on the runway so you can avoid putting any
Yeah, I don't think that is gonna help me at all. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna be on our own here. Like, what other people are trying to do versus what we're trying to do is completely different. So. So we're gonna just jump into the editor. We're gonna try this out. Open up the most recent version of this. Okay, that's not, this one is, okay. That's all I got. That's literally it. Nope. Nope. I want something at least down that corner of the map. Wow. We're getting really unlucky on these starting bases. Come on, no whammies. Let's. You know what? That's close enough. That's close enough.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Okay, so we're gonna spawn a airplane.
Select sector. Sector selected.
Okay, we're coming up on our heading. Right. So we're going to overfly the carrier to make sure it's the nearest airfield to us, and then we are going to click autopilot. And if this works, it's should not take us. I think the nearest airfield to us right now is going to be AAC. Or Amalofi. It might be taking us to Amalofi. Or main airfield. Yeah, I think that's taking us to main airfield. Yeah. It would have turned inbound by now. Well, that's a little bit disappointing. I'm not going to completely give up on this because I think we can do this, but let's actually just try it at Amalofi. Let's crash here real quick. Let's set Amalofi to is carrier false. Oh, do I not have the... Oh, interesting. So I don't have the dynamic airport here on. Alright, so... Save this. Okay, we're actually going to go to Miller Edition. It's going to be a little bit harder to test in Miller Edition because we don't spawn in there, but okay. We're going to go test this on Miller. First thing we need to do is we're going to push that up to GitHub. Just so I have a documentation when I need to revert that. Okay, we're gonna open up Miller, Altus, and this is gonna be significantly more difficult to test, but open this up in the editor. Okay, so I have a logic item right here. So let's attributes. Oh. So I think what I would actually have to do, so this dynamic airport, this right here, this is what it references in the wiki. Putting in, problem is it doesn't tell me where to put. So I think what I actually have to do is I'll set this up in init and config vehicles. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to do a whole bunch of restarts here. Try to get something close to oh, sweet, that's perfect.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector. Sector selected. Sector seized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector. Sector selected. Sector seized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector. Sector selected. Sector seized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector. Sector selected.
Ooh, there we go.
Select sector.
Right. We are taxing down to the Hammerhead. Yeah, it looks like I have 2 flap settings on this aircraft, so we're gonna go with flaps 50. Yeah, powered up a little bit too soon there, but that's okay. Yeah, that was rip. I should have just stayed low power there through the turn. Lost a lot of airspeed there trying to adjust back to centerline.
Select sector.
Okay, fingers crossed. 120 knots or kilometers per hour. Okay, yeah, landing autopilot. Go. Yep, okay. It does not recognize that as an airfield. It's flying back to a main airfield. Right, so I think that's going to be it for the stream. I will post all these patch notes up on the Open Warlords Discord, and I will get the server updated so you guys can try out the new or overhauled Maverick, which is pretty awesome, I think. And we'll continue to work on this dynamic airfield thing as we have time, and I'll upload this change to GitHub just so we're in sync. Miller Edition. Emma Lofi. Is carrier true? Is carrier equal to false? Just for record keeping there. Okay. And I will see you guys next week for some more Warlords editing. Be pretty awesome. See you then.